Hello students, I wanted to go through the 5.2 lesson with you. So you guys did a good job on yesterday's assignment getting through that. Today we'll go through and start looking at specific ones. So when we start looking at, first of all, we're going to use intercepts when we have standard form. So once again, standard form was when we had x and y on the same side. So we had like x, again, it's ax plus by equals c, but the biggest thing is x, there you go, and y are on the same side. So what we're going to do to do that, anytime we have standard form, we're going to graph it using the intercept. So rather than just randomly choosing a list of points, we're going to choose values, or we're gonna find where the intercepts. So if I had a graph like this, where does it cross the x-axis and where does it cross the y-axis? So that's what we want to know. What point, at which point does it cross that red line? Is it up here? Is it down here? We want to know where does it cross this y-axis and then where does it cross the x-axis. And once we do that, then we just connect it and we'll have it. So where we find the x-intercept or the y-intercept is when our x value is 0. So to find the y, we make x equal to 0. To find the x-intercept, we make y equals 0. So we're going to come here, we're going to find, and then we're going to graph these ones as well. So if I want to find the x-intercept, okay, to find the x-intercept, I'm going to make my y value equal 0. So I go 2 times 0 equals 6. So the x-intercept, we're making y equal to 0. So 2 times 0 is 0. And 3x minus 0 is 3x. And then we divide by 3. And x is equal to 2. That's my x-intercept. So if I were to graph my line, the x-intercept, and I'll give you graphs on your homework. But if I want to find the x-intercept, we said the x-intercept is 2. So I go on the x-axis and I go to 2. So that's my x-intercept. So next, we want to find the y-intercept. So I'm going to make x equal 0. So I'm going to go 3 times, now we're going to make x equal 0, minus 2y equals 6. One thing we have to make sure of is 3 times 0 would be 0, minus 2y. So 0 minus 2y makes that negative 2y, so don't forget that negative. And then divide by negative 2. So y is equal to negative 3. That is the y-intercept. So I go to negative 3 on my y-axis, and then we connect it to form our line. So we have a linear equation of a line, and that's how we go about doing it. So once again, if I want to find the x-intercept, okay, so I'm going to go x-intercept. So that means y equals 0. So I go ahead, negative 5x plus 6 times 0 equals 60. 6 times 0 is 0. And then negative 5x plus 0 is negative 5x equals 60. And then divide by negative 5. So x equals negative 12. I'm going to find the y-intercept doing the same way, except for I'm going to make x equal 0. So I'm going to go negative 5 times 0 plus 6y equals 60. So negative 5 times 0 is 0 plus 6y equals 60. 0 plus 6y is 6y. And then I divide by 6. And y is equal to 10. So now if I look at negative 12 and 10, I'm actually going to count by 2's when I go through it. So on my x-intercept, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. And then 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So we're counting by 2's. Counting by 2. So it's negative 12 is here, positive 10 is there. I connect them, and there is the equation of my line as I work through it. Now, you will find some. It says in a story problems, the Sandia Peak Tramway in Albuquerque, New Mexico travels a distance of 4,500 meters to the top of the Sandia Peak. Its speed is 300 kilometers per hour. The function, So it gives us this equation. And again, so we could say f of x, just treat it like y equals 4,500 minus 300x. Give the tram's distance from the top. We want to find the x-intercept and the y-intercept. So if I want to find the x-intercept, then I make y equal to 0. So I say 0 equals 4,500 plus minus 300x. And now we want to solve for x. So I'm going to get rid of 4,500. So that's negative 4,500 is equal to negative 300. Keep the signs with it, so those cancel off. Divide by negative 300. Divide by negative 300. So these zeros would cancel as I divide, and this would be 15 equals x. So that's the x-intercept. So then to find the y-intercept, I'm going to go ahead and make x equal 0. And so we go 4,500 equals, well, excuse me. Let me back up. I'm going to my equation. So y is equal to 4,500 minus 300 times x. Times x, x is 0. So that would be y is equal to 4,500. 300 times 0 is 0. So y is equal to 4,500. Now it says, okay, what does it mean? Okay, so if I look at it, this equation tells me the distance, okay, so 4,500 meters to the top of the Sandia Peak. So this y-intercept tells me, you know, the height of the mountain. Okay, and so then when we make y equals, so this tells me the time in minutes it takes to get to the top. So once again, anytime I have an equation f of x, I just change that to y equals 750 minus 2x. We want to find the y-intercept. So we're going to make x equal 0. So y is equal to 750 minus 2 times 0. So y equals 750 minus 0. So it's 750. And then I do that to find the x-intercept. I'm going to make y equal 0. So I go and say, okay, y equals 0. So 750 minus 2x. And then I solve for x to get x by itself. So those cancel. Negative 2x. Divide by negative 2. Divide by negative 2. And I get 375. So now we want to go. The hot air balloon is 750 meters above the ground. So this tells me that's the height. Y-intercept tells me the height of the balloon. It descends at a constant rate of 25 meters per minute. Oh, this is, there you go. This should be 25. I left it off. 25, okay, which won't change that, but will change this. So 75 divided by 25, or 750 divided by 25 is equal to 30. So that's where I needed to go. So this is equal to 30 equals x. So again, this tells me the descent time. How long, again in minutes, for the balloon to go down. And that would be it. So this is what you're going to be doing. You're going to be graphing, find the x and y intercepts. Again, a reminder, to find the x-intercept, you make y equals 0. To find the y-intercept, you make x equal to 0, and then solve the equations for both of them.